We cover from dog shades to the team at the Barclays, the Old Heads podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100 to job being wanted, the Old Heads podcast. Yo, let's go.
Yeah, buddy. Old Heads, episode 95, man. How you doing? Back in the basement. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. Back in the basement, man. Old Heads Sports Entertainment Podcast. Of course, we got another great show today. But before anything, we got to give a RIP, man. We lost two brothers, O.J. Simpson, and of course, one of my favorite actors of all time, Louis Gossett Jr. I used to love him, and actually, the first movie I personally seen him in was in Roots. My dad was one of those people I can vividly remember going and renting every video from Blockbuster for Roots, where he would only get like 3 of them at a time because that's all they would let him have, and he went and rented every single. It's like 7 of them bitches. Something like
why in the hell?
Yeah, Louis. That's the first time I remember seeing Louis Gossett Jr. because he's in Roots.
Well, why would he be renting all these
Fam,
copies?
man, you would have to ask him.
Hey, that was him. He wanted to
one
do
way.
it, man.
You only go one way.
He only go one way. One way, man.
Yeah,
He only
true
knew one
story,
way.
bro. He rented every video from Blockbuster.
Low key, I ain't even mad at him. That's some real powerful
story.
shit right there.
Yeah, true
You
story.
can go right to the hood and upcharge him.
Yeah.
You never know what's going on.
You never know what's going on. But Louis Gossett Jr., O.J. Simpson,
Roots,
man. Yeah, Roots.
A man from Reading Rainbow.
No,
I'm just saying he was in that too.
Yeah, he was.
Old
He was
Toes.
in that. He was in that. Old Toes.
I see him in the sad ass movie back in the day. He was deaf and shit. They took advantage of that boy.
Yeah, they
That shit
did.
was definitely-
But salute to those brothers, man. Regardless of how you feel about, OJ. He did some great things on the football field. So
They played
R.I.P.
man,
to
OJ.
both of them. Who am I to judge? But I'm gonna let these brothers introduce themselves, and we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, that was his real name. We're gonna let these brothers go ahead and introduce themselves and hop right into the show, man. Another great show today. We're gonna be, of course, talking about our NBA reviews, MVP, Depoy, all that good stuff, as well as our top 10 questions this week. Top 10 greatest stand-up comedians of all time, man. Y'all let us know. And don't forget, like and subscribe to Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast. Also, C Hendo, YouTube. C-E-E-H-E-N-D-O. C Hendo on YouTube, man. Like, subscribe. Don't be dusty, man. It ain't good. We're 2024. Which one of you brothers want to introduce themselves?
Your boy Bills, man, from the basement.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's your boy Hendo, a.k.a. French Loaf, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack himself.
Mr. Honey Pack.
Shout out to my man John Quest on Xbox Live. It's my man. He be checking us out, man, from the East Coast, man.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, man. So, man, shout out to my man. Shout out to my man Lil J, LJ's son, Lil John.
Lil John. Well, Larry Johnson.
Yeah, that's my man, Lil LJ, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, of course, if you don't know, we start off every episode with Hendo's hot takes. So, Hendo, what's the hot takes today?
What you got?
Man, Russell Wilson, man, he done lost his rabbit ass mind.
Oh,
Russell Wilson has literally made a statement saying that he paved the way since he went to 2 championships back to back. He paved the way for young black quarterbacks to do what they do nowadays. And I don't know, I kind of highly disagree with that because you're not the person I think of when I think of young black quarterbacks paving the way for other black quarterbacks.
Maybe he was talking about being like mulatto or Hawaiian.
And not even,
He might be something else.
even then, he not paving the way for nothing.
I
I could name off
Tiger made the cut.
probably 20 other black quarterbacks that probably have more of an impact than what he's had for black quarterbacks in that situation.
It's Doug Williams.
It's a whole bunch of cats, but it's a whole bunch of cats. But
He won the Super Bowl back when they said black dudes couldn't even play quarterback.
But who the fuck is Russell Wilson to say any of this?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I'll never knock a man's achievement, but for a guy to coming off the season he had with the Broncos like he did, and to make a statement like this, to potentially going over or to being at the Steelers, potentially have his job in turmoil with Justin Fields being there the whole time, he might only be there for a year. For a guy in a situation like this, how are you making a comment like this? Like, you really drinking your own tea at this point. Like, you don't, bro, you barely figuring your situation out. You not having, your best is behind you, and you talking about you paved the way for somebody. And you didn't even pave the way on the bag side. Both the guys you named making way more money than you. Joe Burrow, I mean, all these motherfuckers making way more. So what did you pay the way for any quarterback in any situation? What way did you pave?
He ain't paid no way. He got the fuck out the way for Marshawn Lynch to win them niggas that Super Bowl. That's the fuck he should have did. And they should have handed that boy the ball again, and we all know that story. But same point in time, yeah, I just think it's funny that he would say, I'm telling you, when I heard it, I kept trying to think to myself, did they ask him a question? Because we always jump the gun just hearing somebody respond, thinking they just talking all willy-nilly, when we don't know how the hell they got set up to say what they said. So I'm trying to get this dude out in every way, shape, or form, and I couldn't, man. I have no idea what the fuck he talking about. What way did he pay? Like, I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is he talking about? Because he's black and he won a Super Bowl? There's been a lot of black players who won a Super Bowl. You just happen to play quarterback, sir. You know, I'm just keeping it real. Like,
I just don't.
You didn't pave any fucking thing.
Think,
and you shouldn't. You ain't even comparable to.
He's not even in that term.
No, like, for real. You know what I'm saying? He won game managing. These motherfuckers are them dudes that you build around. He has proven to not be the guy to build around. Sean Payton was cussing at this nigga about week 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I can't believe this motherfucker. He ain't blow up till later, but he was cussing at this motherfucker early. He ain't throwing this ball on time. This motherfucker is fucking up my plays. I'm just saying.
So with that in mind, I'm still trying to figure out what, like you said, what the fuck is you talking about?
I have no idea.
But to specifically name the guys he named, I would have to
stretch.
I would kind of have to
trying
say something.
Put himself in their league somehow,
right?
You know how like when motherfuckers name dropping because they look.
That's
like
what I think it kind of was.
I ran into LeBron at the grocery store. LeBron was outside the grocery store, didn't say nothing to you.
He was like, "Hey, Bronny,"
you
that nigga was out in his car.
I ran into Bron at the. No, you didn't, motherfucker. Man, he name dropped. That's all he did to me and shit. Tried to seem cool, put himself in their class, and it didn't work. You ain't fooling nobody. His little Jedi mind tricks are bad. It make it seem like he don't know how to talk to people. Like, we don't believe the shit you be saying, bro.
That's right.
Yeah, it does come across as a little fake, but hey, Russ, man, good job. That is Nendo's hot takes for the day. And we got to get right into it, man. One of my favorite players growing up. I ain't going to lie, I had a crush on her growing up. Kind of still do. South Carolina, the Gamecocks, won the Natty. And Dawn Staley, this is her 3rd chip. What do you guys feel about, could she possibly coach in the NBA and be successful?
I don't think so, man. I really don't. I feel like at some point in time, you gotta look at your coach and know that they like been there and did that to have that confidence in certain moments. And really, that's a lot of moments. It's just not clutch moments in the playoffs or Game 7 in the finals. It's all through the season. You know what I'm saying? With all types of shit. You don't want to look over and see that motherfucker looking rattled under pressure. And I ain't saying that she would, but it's gonna be some people that's gonna be thinking in their mind, she ain't did it on this level. She don't know what it's like to play in the air. Right. Like, she don't know what this type of contact is like. When you have those type of doubts, you know what I'm saying, and you got a weak-minded individual, like, you can give her, like, a great team already, probably already won, or that's on the cusp of winning. Maybe.
Like if she was a
but I
Warriors
doubt that
or something.
too. I doubt that, too, because people are just so, I don't know, they ain't, I feel like because she's a woman, and she has not done it on that level, it's going to get used against her in moments, in people's psyche, in moments where it counts the most. And that is going to, I mean, the fucked up part about that is that actually fall on the coach. Because if your players are shaky, that means you got them shaky out there. So it's going to be a bad reflection on her, and really it probably ain't got nothing to do with her, but that's, I think, what will happen.
I got you, that's fair. How you feel, Hendo?
Probably not as a head coach, more of an assistant coach. I think we see a lot of the ladies that's coaching in the WNBAs at a successful rate. And then, ladies college basketball, I see when they are doing really good, they usually can move up to the NBA and be an assistant coach at some level. I've seen the Spurs do it. There's maybe 2 or other teams that also have female assistant coaches there as well. And I think that's more of what we're looking at right now. I don't think right now at this time that's going to be the move, because I think that's going to put a lot of stress on her character because dealing with different type of superstars, egos, testosterone, and all that stuff that carries with that can be a different type of element than dealing with what you're currently dealing with. You know, maybe you're able to deal with high emotions, but not tense situations. You know, these guys out here 6'10", 6'9", 7 foot, they get the scrap, and you run off the bench, you clock, we might not see you again for 4 weeks. I'm just thinking worst case scenario sometimes with stuff like that. I believe in the coaching ability, but like you said, there's certain moments where I feel like the guys are going, you know, they're going to be dickheads. And we just don't live in that common mind society where we give everybody that fair chance like that. We kind of just point the finger at that. And they were to get off to like a 0-9 or a 0-8 start, you wouldn't hear the end of it. You wouldn't hear the end of it. And it'd be so unfair because we watch teams right now go through the same thing. They get talked about, but not like how they would get talked about. So like I said, I can see it as an assistant coach, but never a head coach in that situation.
It's just a different game though too. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't expect any NBA coach that's good to go and coach in the Olympics and get gold. Maybe because we have our players, but not because of the coaching. Because it's a different game, and sometimes you just need to know that, like the women's game and the men's game is just flat out a different game. It's played a little bit different, a few different rules, and the different abilities. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm just not sure. Like we didn't see Ariema. That's a male coach, but he's still coaching girls. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be funny for me to see him make that jump to the league because it'd be like, okay, well, what can you do? You coach girls. You're a winner. I give you that. But you're so used to doing this that I'm not sure if you can do that. You know what I'm saying? Until you see it, it's kind of hard.
Like you said, I couldn't see an NBA coach going down to like the WNBA league and coaching like that. Like once you coach it, unless
I can see them doing that and being a winner more so than I can see a woman coming from the women's league. And
not if you was a really good coach, though, is what I'm saying. If you're a good coach, you're still in the NBA.
Ariema, I love him, but I don't know if he can come to the league and be a championship coach.
I guess basically how I feel about it. To speak on that, it did happen, and he actually, I think that's one thing that might have solidified him being a Hall of Famer. He was back-to-back, or two-time, I know for sure. Bill Laimbeer went to this WNBA, and he won 2 championships in the WNBA.
Karl Malone,
yeah, I think if Becky Hammon could be an assistant on an NBA bench, Don Staley could absolutely could be a head coach. Not saying Hammond is head and shoulders a better coach by any means, but it proves to me players in the league will respect anyone who they feel they can learn from. You hear people say Mike Tomlin is a leader of men, while I think Don Staley is simply just a leader. If you go back to her college days, she was the engine of that team to help them get to the Final Four. I think her not winning a natty as a player and then having to be kicked out of the tournament with South Carolina several times proved that she can handle adversity, but also overcome it, and which I think one good factor of being a head coach. Also, her ability to manage egos. We all know women can have egos. She coached 2 number 1 picks, several All-Americans, and they all seem to still hold her in high regard and respect her. And I also think one thing you have to look at, it makes it easier to respect someone who has been there. Now, she might necessarily done it on that level, but she has done it at a high level. When you look at the Olympics, when you look at college, when you look at the WNBA. So I think players in the NBA aren't as chauvinistic as per se as they was in the 70s and 80s. I think guys now are a lot more open-minded, and I think they would absolutely. I think she would be absolutely an outstanding NBA head coach.
What happens if somebody accidentally fucked the coach? I mean, she seemed like she don't even swing that way, to be honest. But like, what happens if somebody accidentally fucked the coach? And people know. I mean, how much respect do all these players gonna have in? Like, I mean, I got the question laughing now and shit. Or,
I mean, that can.
That's something we never dealt with before.
That's something we never dealt with before. I mean, but John Amici played in the NBA.
Say what? Who is this?
John Amici. You never saw John Amici on Saturdays?
On Saturdays?
Yeah, he played for Penn State. Outstanding. Yeah.
So you fucked the coach?
Nah, but he was gay.
Oh, see, well, that's a whole different aspect. That's.
So I mean, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like these are things that like you could absolutely flip and look at it from that aspect. You know what I'm saying? If somebody fucked the coach, then she'll have to deal with the same repercussions that Ime Doka
Yeah,
had.
man, I'm about to say,
you know what I'm saying?
Depending on if it's the Celtics, I think he just fucked the wrong chick.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure motherfuckers be fucking all within these organizations. Jeannie Buss be hanging off LeBron like a motherfucker nowadays. I don't know what's going on.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on.
You want to know what? We just gonna go ahead to Giannis. Giannis and the Bucks have not played well down the stretch, losing 4 games to some of the teams who aren't even in playoff contention. They did win a few past few games, but who deserves the blame? Did they?
They got 12 last night. Well, they ain't see the rest of the game, but they was down 20 to OKC.
Oh wow, yeah, they did lose to OKC last night. They sure did. That was terrible. I watched that live because Beauchamp came in. I really like him. Who deserves the blame, and should Giannis ask for a trade if the Bucks are bounced in the first round?
The GM or the owners or whoever the fuck got rid of Coach Bud is the motherfucking blame. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know exactly what the reason was. All I know is his brother died right around that same time in that playoff. And Coach Bud wasn't looking like Coach Bud. He had a bad go of it, that playoff run, but you gotta just let that go and try to run it back. You don't get rid of that system. That system was just as good as Giannis is. You know what I'm saying? You may as well trade away Giannis and kept Coach Bud or like either one. Because that team used to win without Giannis on the floor. If you can remember those days, Coach Bud team used to win with the Bucks. I mean with Atlanta Hawks too. Them motherfuckers, all stars like a motherfucker on this goddamn team back in the day. Fucking Michael fucking Miller and all fucking Lord for the fucking Teague or some fucking body.
Jeff Teague.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, oh man, that Buck team was winning games even without Giannis. They got rid of that coach. You'll never be the same. Swallow your pride. Go back and find that nigga. Get that nigga off the couch and do whatever the fuck you gotta do to get him back here. Because still to this day, this is my point. They used to hit too many fucking threes. They was gonna catch fight on you at some point in time. They still got the record for the most threes. Somebody, a Golden State, hit 26 of them the other night on fire, 63%. Dope. But they still didn't have a record. It was the Bucks with Coach fucking Bud, 29 threes in one damn game. Bro, that's damn near 90 fucking points, man, for just a damn three. It was lighting it the fuck up. And you know, Giannis wasn't shooting, so that ain't even his contribution to the game. You getting like 90 points without fucking Giannis doing shit. You know what I'm saying? This is what Coach Bud can bring to this team. And they don't keep finding excuses because nobody ever like to admit that they're wrong about shit. So like, the Bucks gonna fuck around and miss their window. And I can't remember the rest of that question, and I don't want to answer. Say the next shit.
Oh, but no. Should Giannis ask for a trade if they're bouncing in the first
Giannis
round?
should fuck around and ask for a fucking trade. Don't let Dame leave. If Dame leave after this, you know what I'm saying, after this year for some fucking reason, if I'm Giannis, I'm not sticking this out. I'll give y'all one more year and we out.
Should he ask for a trade if they bounce? And who's to blame? And then should Giannis ask for a trade if they bounce in first?
In this order, probably the GM, then Doc, then that's probably just it. The GM first for this bogus ass lineup. This lineup is not made for a championship run. This is a lineup built to just make a playoff berth. And I keep telling people that like to hang on to Chris Middleton too much, but he's not the productive Chris Middleton that y'all won the chip with no more. And y'all gotta, you know, what Cat say? You gotta start having allegiance to losers. What it is he just never bounced back. And y'all have this weird allegiance to him, like he gonna come through and do what y'all want, and he not even y'all prime defender right now. And he's supposed to come in and lock up guys like Jimmy Butler and Paul George.
Oh, he ain't gonna lock nobody up.
Harden at times. But right, exactly. And you not giving them points. So basically what it is then you look down that line, and then you got Jay Crowder who shoot way too much, that he don't need to be shooting unless he wide open, but he shoot way too much, push too much. Then you got Bobby Porter. You got all these big men for no fucking reason. You got Lopez, Bobby Portis, Giannis. You got all these big men.
They're the second oldest team in the NBA at 28.8 years
And then you have dead spots on your roster with Giannis. Giannis does what? I understand the allegiance, but like I said, once again, they have allegiance to losers or some shit because they keep holding on to this motherfucker and he serves no real purpose other than he's just this guy's brother. Other than that, he's not making no roster or anybody else's team. I'm sorry, you not. Once you leave the Bucks, you're not gonna have a job no more unless Giannis go there, and that's crazy. So you got all this, and then you got Doc Rivers literally giving, just like with the Sixers, giving everybody the green fucking light. He ain't holding nobody accountable. There's no fucking way in hell I want to see my biggest dude on the court get the rebound, dribble up, look off the shooter, and shoot the three. He shouldn't be shooting all. You give that motherfucker the Dame every time and get your big ass down low. And that's not working on it. It looks like they're efficient for the first half of games, but as soon as you get into that second half, they dwindle the fuck away. And that's i.e. of like Doc Rivers' fucking team. And I see it with every team except for the Celtics, and I used to see it with them sometimes. You look beautiful during that first half. Second half, you look tragic. And then you got to be fighting for a 2-point game. And maybe they're going to overtime every time. How many times they went to overtime? They was like leading the league in overtimes one time. Them the Bulls. It was crazy. Like, you always fighting so hard to get in these spots because you always giving up their ass. So in that order, it's the GM. And if they go out, Giannis should wholeheartedly, but he has such an allegiance to the Bucks right now. I think they're going to make a push to try to acquire some more talent because that's really what they're missing. And if Giannis leaves too soon, he might miss out on a good opportunity to possibly run a 2-year dynasty if they get the right weapons. Because the East at any given moment is wide the fuck open.
I think he should ask for a trade if they're bouncing the first round. The Bucks are one of the oldest team in the league, and since the addition of Doc Rivers, they haven't looked like a championship team, especially on the defensive end. Middleton's been a shell of himself, and losing Drew Holiday has allowed Giannis and Lopez to get exposed slightly on the defensive end.
And PJ
people forget Drew Holiday can guard 1 through 4. And if I'm Giannis, I would ask to be traded to Golden State and team up with Steph. Golden State has some young players, I think, which is some Milwaukee desperately needs. And I think I would give them 2 first-round picks, along with Kuminga and Wiggins, and possibly Clay in exchange for Giannis.
Okay, this question ain't even on the motherfucking log, man, but I gotta ask this shit. I'm fucking sorry, I gotta ask.
It's not on the log.
For real, I ain't know what word it was, the agenda, whatever, but because are we counting these rings? If he go play with Steph, are we counting all these rings? How much credit can I get Giannis winning the ring if you got Steph over here? How much credit can I get Steph? How much credit can I give Steph if you got Giannis over here? Hey. How much credit are we giving niggas? I'm saying this is getting a little ludicrous, man. Niggas had already snuck some in. I'm just saying, man. Come on, man. We already got shit in question. Now we got to question even more niggas and more rings and more rings and more niggas.
It's not. No, that's not a game.
Run a dynasty. I'm trying to see somebody run a dynasty one time. Run 3. I ain't seen a 3-peat in a long time.
A dynasty would be a dynasty.
Ain't gonna happen.
Steph still got a chance. Steph still got a chance of having a dynasty. Even though Kevin Durant came in, it can still be a Steph dynasty if they win one more without another big nigga. You can get like some other great talent, but it can't be like Giannis, another MVP. It can't be that. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
No, I'm just because they was homegrown.
But Kobe asked that nigga Kanye
was homegrown. Because they was homegrown.
More. He said, what more can I have to do? He said, more. He said, but I'm giving him everything.
You sound like Bronny James, who has entered the NBA draft and the transfer portal. Should an NBA team draft him? And also, what are your thoughts on nepotism in sports?
I don't even know what nepotism means, so I'm going to have to let you go first.
Nepotism?
Nepotism I was going to Google it, but I just said it'll be funny if I just tell the truth.
This nigga's stupid as hell.
So I was letting I don't know.
So you ever heard the term nepo baby?
No.
Okay. So nepotism is basically like if I'm a businessman, right, and I own a Fortune 500 company, right, and you're my kid, and I need a CEO. I make you the CEO.
Oh, okay.
I retire, your kid then becomes the CEO. So it's basically like
hand and power down.
It's hand and power down. Basically, what they do in politics,
like the Queen of England.
Exactly. It's basically you're somebody because they're somebody, or because you're a part of the Kennedys.
Yep.
Is a perfect example of like nepotism.
I'm gonna keep it real.
How a lot of people. Excuse me, not to cut you off. A lot of people don't know. A lot of these motherfuckers you see getting into college, it's called a legacy. So it's basically because their parents went there, they're going to go to that college. Don't be fall for these motherfuckers is super smart and Stanford and this and that. No, they daddy got some repercussion, got some reparation money from when they had slaves. Oh yeah, it's fucked up if y'all didn't know. They gave slave owners reparations. That's a fact. You can Google that shit. When motherfuckers, you hear black motherfuckers saying, well, why we shouldn't get reparations? I always ask that goofy ass, so you felt like the slave owners should have got reparations? But that's another motherfucking thing. But in a nutshell, that's what nepotism is. But how do y'all feel about it in sports?
I honestly feel like once you get there, you're going to have to prove your worth regardless. Like stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Look at Buddy Ryan kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Buddy Ryan kids.
That's true
example.
Too. Yeah, but like you gotta prove your worth. Like you gotta win. Like dude was winning with the Jets though. You know
No, I agree.
Like Steph, all the way up to David, all the way back down to Davidson. You know what I'm saying? He was dropping 40 a game in college. He came to the league and he was kind of nice. Like if you ain't good, this league gonna chew you up and spit you out. It don't matter. Like you can get a look, but it ain't gonna be for long. If that was the case, Michael Jordan's sons have been in this motherfucker doing nothing. Like, he was the greatest player ever, and the motherfuckers weren't looking at them. They was like, nah, you ain't Mike. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to do something. Nah, you can get drafted or go get to the league somehow undrafted, which Bronny fuck around and do. You fuck around, don't get drafted, and still get picked up by a team. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the Lakers, I don't know. But if that's the case, though, it don't matter because once we see you on the court, if you out there looking stupid, everybody finna be talking about you look stupid. He won't be able to take the fact it's so many we gonna be talking about he looks stupid sitting here in La Crosse, Wisconsin. ESPN, Fox Sports 1, CBS, NBC. God damn it, every motherfucking body. That shit gonna be on motherfucking Good Morning America. They gonna have LeBron James' son, Bronny. He came out here last night and scored 0 points yet again. He hasn't scored in his first full 2 seasons of the NBA. Like, what? This nigga. Wow. I'm trying to tell you, his name is too big to be playing with it like that. So, like, you can get out there, you can try and give it a go.
Ocho.
We gonna see how long you gonna last, though.
Skip. Ocho. What do you all think about old Bronny James?
That nigga funny as hell.
I don't know. What do you think? I think he trash, Ocho. I think he trash. I think he is trash.
Yeah, you sound a little bit like this nigga.
Oh shit, my nigga shattered. How you feel, Hendo, man? You think how you feel about nepotism in sports, and do you think about Bronny, man? You think he should enter the NBA draft, stay another year?
Well, the one thing I will give Bronny is the fact that he went to college, unlike his daddy. You know, I felt like if his daddy would have went to college and played college ball, he'd be able to rely on a different type of bag, fundamentals to go through when he goes through his championship runs.
I've always felt that way.
But Bronny, if Bronny is smart, I would stay another year in college. There's going to be things in college where you can pick up, you can still run there, you can get money off the FITs or whatever it is that, you know, NITs. You can get money off all that shit. NIL. Yeah. You can get money.
Goddamn turn.
On my soul. You can get all your little money, so you're not missing money. But it'd be kind of foolish to get forced into the NBA before you were a little ready to go. If you go in there and make shit look foolish, and these guys are out here making you look kind of slow during these little NBA pro runs and stuff, because that's what they're going to have before that draft. You know, they're going to have them pro-am runs kind of. I just don't know, or if I trust the development of his game as now.
So you think he should stay?
I think he should stay.
I think so too.
I think his dad is forcing him. He's forcing the NBA to look at him and try to get him in there. And I just think he's just not all the way ready. And if you go, I don't think he's just going to learn that quick in one little half summer what he hasn't learned already. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that he needs to develop clearly. You can get away with a bad night at a collegiate level. But if you can't really escape that stuff on an NBA level, like you said, you come in there your first game and you come in there for
popular too,
and you come in there and you take 6 shots and you don't make none of them 6 shots, your ass is gonna get crushed on ESPN, FS1, all that shit the next day.
Watch from your first shot.
Right.
From your first shot, you won't watch.
I just don't know mentally and physically if he's ready to be a productive player. Where I feel like if he stays another year in college, he will come out a better project, a better prospect for an NBA thing. Because then
you have more fundamentals of the game.
But then we can we'll trust that heart a little bit more too. Because mind you, he's not too far off a cardiac arrest, and I believe that was within last year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So to see him go a full year and not have no problems or something like that, that's a little bit more reassuring to me as an NBA coach or an NBA owner who's buying into you and your brand right now. Because that's what you're doing when you draft him. You're buying into him and his dad and his brand. That's what you're doing. But I don't know if I trust all his cosmetics right now, because we've had some bad glimpses. We've had some glimpses, but the thing
what
about
I've seen is him maybe being able to be or coming to the league like a Jimmy Butler. Not be what Jimmy Butler is right now, but coming to the league. Jimmy Butler had a little bit of defense. He had to work on his offensive game. You know what I'm saying?
What's the difference between him and Jimmy Butler?
He can shoot a little bit better.
Didn't nobody know who the fuck Jimmy Butler was?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Everybody know who Bronny is. The eyes are always going to be on here. Jimmy had the body. He learned how to use it. But nobody was really looking at him. Nobody was looking at him like the number one or nothing like that. He slid low. You know what I'm saying? Bronny looking at like top high thing. He gonna be a make or break. Like this is somebody motherfucker want to use right now. We don't want to spend a whole lot of time developing you and then trying to trade your dad here and do all this. There's too much with him. Who wants to do all that right now? If I want to win and I'm in the pound down, usually I'm a losing team. So like I don't know who's gonna be. Maybe a not so good team. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna send me over there?
Don't let him come to my team. Keep that boy out of Charlotte.
No, what's probably gonna happen is Orlando. I keep telling people Orlando is a destination. You heard? Orlando is a destination. It's a very possible thing. Yeah. I keep telling people that.
That could work for them.
That would work for them.
You know what I'm saying?
They got time to develop because
he got more speed.
Can't go to the Pistons.
He got speed.
Can't go to the Pistons.
Can't go to Orlando. Orlando wouldn't work at all.
They too little.
No, it's already a log jam at the guard position.
Yeah, they too little at that position too.
But they little. You bring Bronny and Bronny.
They even got what's his name coming off the bench. They got Cole Anthony coming off the bench.
Yeah, they got Cole Anthony.
He coming off the bench. Suggs is starting with the other light skinned nigga.
So they got a log jam.
But in order to get their daddy and everything there, some of them would have to get traded. That's what I'm saying. You don't know who they might let go.
Orlando's trying to get Clay. That's what they want.
Won't they all go back to Miami, man? Just homecoming, man. Just fuck it.
Yeah, Miami's trying to get Clay. But
Clay can go there too. Clay can go there with Lil Bronny and LeBron, and
yeah, that'll be
Clay wanna win, better take a Sacramento.
Yeah, facts. Somebody who some people say took an L and didn't necessarily win was on J. Cole. He dropped a diss track against Kendrick Lamar and Drake and called it 7-minute drill. Later apologized on stage and told them to take their best shot and he won't retaliate. What are your thoughts on the diss track, and name your top 3 diss tracks of all time? Y'all let us know too, man. What's y'all favorite diss tracks, top 3 diss tracks of all time, man? Hit us in the comments.
Man, I just remember the diss tracks being a little bit
Who
more.
want to go with number 3? Who you got, Hendo?
Oh shit, number 3?
Yeah.
Shit, no Vaseline, Ice Cube.
It's definitely couldn't make my list. It didn't make my list.
That was my shit. I ain't gonna lie, that was my shit.
He killed them niggas.
He killed all them niggas.
That's really the answer.
That was really like a multiple man diss.
Yeah. I feel like that's the real answer at number 3. But mine is gonna be Ether from Nas. I picked that because I was figuring nobody would say it. But the answer is no Vaseline.
That is wild. That's the real wild. And number 3 for me, I went with Ice Cube, Lethal Injection album, No Vaseline. That was in response to NWA and Jerry Heller.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know, man, go check that out, man. That's one of the
that was
nuts,
bro. That was wild.
That was wild.
That was a wild.
And that was actually, it was one of the things. I was so young, I didn't really know what I was listening to
until you got older and like this nigga snapped.
Yeah, and I was like, oh,
this nigga snapped clean the fuck out.
I'm like, whoa, wow, okay. But number 2, who you got? Greatest diss song of all time.
Pop, hit him up.
Okay.
First off, fuck your bitch in the click.
That's
Nick,
legit. That's definitely
That
legit.
might be the greatest opening line of all time.
I feel like
nigga, you feel that shit?
I'm
Dog.
sorry.
Get my
Dog, that might be the greatest opening line of all time.
talking about
I
you
don't
a
know
player,
how to
but
say
I
this.
fucked your wife.
I don't know how to say this. I'm gonna have to give y'all my number one right now because it's the same as this nigga, man.
Oh, wow.
This motherfucking hit him up, man. I'll give you my number two last. Nigga, hit him up was just that shit, dog. Like,
that was my shit,
to me,
dog.
that's the coldest diss track ever, nigga.
Okay, hit him up. Number two for me, I guess, I don't know, maybe because this resonated with me because this was right around when I was, like, I would say, an older teenager and I could really understand hip-hop. Second Round Knockout, that response to LL Cool J by Cannabis.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That was,
I got you.
Wow.
That was.
If
That
y'all
was
listen
very
to that
underground.
last verse, where he went in, where he talk about, the song actually starts out, it's Mike Tyson and him and Mike Tyson on the beach talking, and it starts out with Mike Tyson just talking, eat MCs. That's what I want you to do. One of the greatest diss tracks of all time. Cannabis, hit him up, man. Actually, one of my favorite artists. I'm a big Biz fan, man. Okay. But who you got number one all time?
All right, well, hold on. I'm gonna get my two honorable mentions in because I had two honorable mentions.
Okay.
My first honorable mention.
I can't even say that.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, there was just two I just couldn't leave out there because look, Real Motherfucking G's by Eazy-E.
That's my second.
That was my honorable mention.
All out of order. That was my number
And
two.
then my other honorable mention was Death Blow by Kumo D. If y'all that was that motherfucking response to he was killing LL. Dog was
level.
Dog killed that nigga. Dog killed him. But
You literally
see
just
that?
said all the songs that I was debating.
The thing about that is like I think that came out just a little before its time, before it could be appreciated. Because now that I go back and listen to that, I'm like, man, this was a really slept on song. Because this really was one of the hardest hitting discs before like Hit 'Em Up, Not Ether, all that shit. They was really going at it.
Kumo D was smarter too than people give him credit for. He went to college and all that.
He said, "Come on with the Star Trek Shades."
Bro, go Google Kumo.
He said, "Gargle it, spit."
He was actually before his time.
That nigga was way before his time. But my number one was that Ether by Nas though. That was my number one.
Okay.
Like that.
No, so we literally just picked all the guys.
Basically, it was basically just in a different rotation. We just
were the same fucking songs.
Yeah. For number one for me was actually I think Nas Ether. Like I remember where I was at. I was in the break room.
Damn, he killing this nigga.
I was in the break room and
36
on
in
Roosevelt.
karate class.
Roosevelt was like Roosevelt and
said,
Chicago
damn.
Avenue. We was in the break room and somebody had brung in the tape. And I was like, oh, they playing that new. And we in the break room going crazy. And I'm a big Nas fan. I'm like, I told y'all. And they're like, shut up. Like I told y'all. But yeah, that Nas Ether. Another underrated diss track, man, is a lot of people forget. They don't like to give him his credit. Is Drake Back to Back.
Yeah,
I said that.
That was really up there.
Because
It was really up there because
that's actually a great song, and I want to say that might even got nominated for a Grammy.
I don't know about all that, but it made like a singles that heavily downloaded. We know that.
Yeah, it may have. It was definitely a hot ass song, but it was a good ass disc. Wasn't that is just your girls tour, war tour, your girls tour? Wasn't that the same track you said that shit on? And now you getting bodied by a singing nigga. And
He said.
Like that.
He said.
he
said them
the
trigger
shit
fingers
out
turn to Twitter fingers.
Yeah, man, that boy, that's up there.
Now you getting bodied by a singing nigga.
That shit hound the ass. Now you getting bodied by a singing nigga, dog. I'm trying to tell you. Call him a singing nigga, but
oh shit, dog. Yeah, that definitely go up there, man. That was the top ones for me, man. I know they really old school, but man, that was some of the best, man.
Yeah, I can definitely. Drake is definitely honorable mention. A couple of them, those are good honorable mentions. Because I thought about all of them. And there's actually more diss tracks than that.
It is, but
You know what I'm saying?
that Death Blow go hard. When you go back and listen to it, like you understand, like, man, this was made in like, what, 88?
Probably.
Something like that, because the LL was signed in like 85, 84, 85, right? They had been beefing around like his third year into that contract about some style shit, something like that.
I was a shorty when Mama said knock you out.
Oh man,
that's another underrated diss track. Mama said knock you out. That actually ended up being a huge commercial success. But moving right along, man. First segment of the day, our NBA end of the season review. We'll name our award winners and our final 4 picks in the NBA Conference Finals. In the East, who you think's gonna make it? Be
the 2 teams coming out the East.
Yes, sir.
I got the Celtics and the 76ers, man. And Joel is, you know what I'm saying, getting himself back into shape. He don't even have to look.
He got the braids, too.
Yeah. He don't even have to look like MVP form the way we was seeing him before.
But he was just dropped 50.
You said
I watched that game. He was going nuts.
He peeped that. But yeah, Joel don't really have to be as good as he was at the start of the season. At the start of the season, he was looking like one of the best players of all fucking time.
Yeah.
So he don't really have to be all that for them to still get to the Eastern Conference Finals. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I'm picking the Sixers against the Celtics. Only way the Celtics gonna lose if they fuck this up. If they beat themselves, then I'm telling you, man, we might see that this year. We might see the Celtics beat themselves again. Yeah. They did it in the finals against Golden State a few years ago, and they was trying to beat themselves that whole playoff run. It was 2 other motherfucking series before that finals where they was trying to lose. They every series they just kept trying to lose.
If the Celtics lose in that fashion where they beat themselves, I am getting the 80s gray phone, and I'm calling Golden State as fast as I can for Draymond Green.
Oh shit!
As fast as I can, whatever I can give y'all.
He gonna be able to get that shit off in Boston, because those fans will love him.
Yeah.
They'll go from hating
they
that
would
nigga to
absolutely love him, and that's what.
That'd be a perfect
that's
spot.
That's
if not LA, if not LA,
that's
because he worked with LA.
Need. Maybe Boston though.
If he didn't go, if Boston would be, but Boston, I'm really LA. Him and AD and LeBron. That's boogie ball right there. That's more his style. They want to play boogie ball. If LeBron chooses to stay, you know what I'm saying. That's where I think the look is, because they got the assets to grab him.
Who you got coming out the West?
You say your East?
No. I'm saying I know who you
oh shit, the West. I got Denver and the Clippers, but Denver is beatable. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on who gonna be playing who. Minnesota can beat Denver, but if they gotta catch them early, because if Minnesota have to play them late, which they are going to if they do, they're gonna be the first round. Mm-hmm. Minnesota gonna round the gas. They're a young team. They're not used to jumping from round to round, from team to team. This strategy for 7 games against this team, and then halfway through, it's going through a series. It's like watching this long, drawn out movie that you gotta have patience for. You know what I'm saying? And do your due diligence. And if they get through that first series, they'll do a good job in the second series. But I don't think they'll beat Denver in the second series. They may beat some other team in the second series, not Denver.
Gotcha. Who you got coming out the East, Hendo?
Celtics, Sixers, I think I'm with him. But my Sixers bet is contingent on how healthy Embiid can stay. Because to me, I always feel like he never 100%, but nobody's really 100% in the playoffs. It's playoff ball.
He gonna be. I feel like they may have gave
not being 100 and being injured is 2 different things.
I feel like I'm not sure this is what happened. But what if they gave him a lot of rest? So he will be good for the playoffs.
But I think that's what I just think. Smart coach. But that's what I think they just did. I think they just gave him. Now you give him his last 5 games. Yeah.
They called it whatever, and that was the truth for the injury report reasons. But at the same time, they made sure he was straight to bring back for the playoffs.
I mean, when you figure that's what happened with the Lakers when they won that bubble ring. A lot of people talk about it being a bubble, but I feel like a big reason why they won it is because Bron and AD being older players had that break, so they had fresh legs. And I feel like that's a huge difference. That's a huge difference, especially mid-year.
Because Anthony Davis used to get hurt like all the fucking time. Right. So now he's healthy the whole time.
That's how I
LeBron James is old. Now he's fresh.
Embiid though sometimes.
Yeah. So Joel fucking around in,
but that's dependent on matchups to me. And out the West, I think Out the West, I think I'm going to have to agree with him again. I think it's really going to be between the Nuggets and the Clippers because I think the Clippers will have the deeper of the bench. There's a few teams that have some youth spots, but I think overall they have the deeper bench that's more coherent and can gel well. You know, because I think about that whole team and I'm like, man, they really deep. They can make a good run, but it's like it's contingent on like LA.
Yeah.
Because LA will give them a run right now, and they will struggle against LA. Struggle, because who gonna stop AD? I know they got PJ Tucker and everything, and he can play his little ball, because I believe that's where he at right now.
You don't give minutes.
No.
But he will. It's different in playoffs. It's different in playoffs. I watched this man not get no minutes with the Bucks, but he came in, was the leading factor when they won their championship.
Years ago.
Yeah, they got.
I know, but I'm just saying, possibility is there is what they want to do, but they're gonna have matchup problems off back. That's what I'm saying. But if they run into like a team like the Kings, if they run to Sacramento, they might be able to see them.
That's why I gotta say, at the beginning of the year, I'll pick the Kings to be in the Western Conference Finals. So if they do make it, I'm not gonna be surprised. Only reason I'd be surprised because they seated so low right now.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? But I always felt they could beat anybody over there. You know what I'm saying? They're a good team. So
it's funny how nobody really mentioned the Suns.
In the East,
they ain't got enough players.
In the East, I got Boston.
They play style.
I got Boston versus the Bucks coming out of the East. I think Milwaukee. I think eventually they'll pull it together. As long as Giannis can come back healthy. I'd actually made this before he got hurt. So I think if Giannis calf strength, from what I was hearing from other players, that calf strength can be so finicky. I think it was Eddie House, I believe I was listening to, and he was saying you can feel like you're healthy, but once you get back on the court and you run up and down that court, that thing can drop. So we'll see.
We've seen it before. It's called Kevin Durant Golden State.
Yeah, we watched that bitch drop.
Yeah.
So
But he's been struggling. See, the only reason I didn't say the Bucks is because like I feel like he has to do a lot of the load of the work for them to be successful, and he's been not healthy these last couple of these last 30 games. We'll say he's been in and out rotation because of health, man.
Hey,
always an ankle or something like that.
Say it, you know, I'm knock on wood every time I used to say it, but I predicted injury family this year. Nobody is Superman. You see how hard he go? He jumping off. He using too many different muscles and shit. Like he going just hard as a bitch. I'm just saying, man. It's a hell of a strain on the fucking body the way he played.
That's a lack of
bag too. You know what I'm saying? And he goes so hard. At some point in time, just hopefully it's nothing that's gonna take him out of the lineup for too long a time. But
it's a barn injury. If he can come back and be healthy, it'll be half of what he is. I think Dame. I think he's actually looking forward to the playoffs. So I think his play will improve. Big thing for me is defensively. They're going to have to outscore teams. So we'll see. But I got Boston Bucks. Boston going to the finals. Then the West, I actually got Denver Phoenix. I think if Phoenix finally, if they can all stay healthy, they did just have a bad loss. But the big thing with them is they have so much firepower. It's another one of them things where I feel like guys like KD and Booker, their whole thing is if we can just get there, we're looking at the big picture. Booker has been to the finals. KD has championship pedigree. Bradley Beal is super talented. So I got them and facing Denver. So I think it'll be Boston, Denver. Finals again. MVP, I got Jokic. Is that pretty much unanimous? We all got Jokic winning MVP.
Double check, but hell yeah.
I'm going with my heart on this, and I'm saying Shea.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Denver, first of all, just lost. They can't get the number one seed, so OKC is still possible for that. If OKC get the number one seed, Shea being the best player on that team, I think he get more of a look than Joker this year. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Joker them just lost to San Antonio last night, so they for sure can't get the number one seed. I'm going Shea.
Joker. I'm going Joker, man. No doubt.
I just, like I said, I'm going my heart.
Okay.
I didn't want to see the young boy get one.
Hey, man, I like SGA. Roy. Wemby. Unanimous?
Yes.
Victor.
Yeah.
Got you. Depoy. Wemby.
I got Rudy G. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
I
know you big on winning. I got best defensive player on the best defensive team.
Yep, that's basically checked all the boxes.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that. MIP, most improved player. I got Kobe White of the Chicago Bulls.
Oh shit. I forgot all about that little boy. I gotta come back to you, man. I gotta come back to you.
Who you got, Hendo?
I got a two-way tie, man, because it's really tough between Kobe White or Tyrese Maxey, and it's really gonna come down between them two.
That's a good pick.
It's such a very, very thin line because like Kobe is shooting lights out, but Maxey just literally dropped 50-some points in that game, and he said I don't know if Kobe done dropped 50 yet. He got like 30-something, 38 or so. He got close, but yeah, 50. I think he had like what 53, 52. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Yeah, so it's a two-way tie between them, man. It's hard for me to make that call, honestly.
Right now, Maxey is at Bednod's leader. Kobe White is second. Jalen Williams, who no one talks about, who's having a phenomenal year. OKC,
yeah.
And then also Jonathan Kuminga is fourth.
Kuminga. I'm going with what's the name? I'm gonna say Halliburton without knowing the stats from last year to this year. Just seeing the improvement in assist to turnover ratio and how crazy that was looking. Everything I was seeing before the injury, and he came back for the money. I forget what reason it was, but I know it somehow had something to do with money. Is why he came back early.
Okay, yeah. I like that pick. Six man. I actually took on Nas Reed of the Timberwolves.
Ooh, Nas Reed. It's a couple dudes. I gotta go with Russ because of change of pace. He changed the game, but it's a guy on the same team who got a strong debate for coming off that bench. The scoring machine. The scoring machine. No, not slow-mo. That's what, Minnesota.
That's a Minnesota. Yeah. Kyle Anderson.
What's the shooting dude name? Powell. Powell, man, that motherfucker will light your ass up. Powell off
Orlando.
Norman Powell.
Yeah, Norman Powell.
He's phenomenal.
Yeah, man.
He's phenomenal.
He really should have a case for that. The problem is you got Russell Westbrook coming off the bench for like the first full year to start in a off the bench role for sure. For this team doing that. The Lakers, it was up and down. Maybe starting here, you coming off the bench, you going to basically be our sixth man. And he is because of change of pace. Before they got Russ, they were in like the last five. And like they were in like the bottom like five pace of game in the league. After they got Russ, them motherfuckers jumped up top 10. You know what I'm saying? That's all because of Russ, and that's what that team needed, because without that, they would just start stepping around. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the way he affect the game, to me, is Russ.
He's fourth right now. Odds to win, Norman Powell. Who you got, Hendo?
Nas Reed.
Nas Reed, I like that.
He's wild, bro.
Dog, you killing.
Yeah. Malik Monk is actually in the league right now.
Malik Monk is in the league?
Yeah.
Nigga, how many points a game is he scoring?
I'm not sure, but he's balling.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know, like his point per game average and shit. And it's in, damn. Did he start any games this year? Well, that could happen too, due to injury and shit. Never mind. But like, yeah, if he coming primarily off that bench and he averaging 20 points or some shit, then it's hard to argue that. Except their team ain't win as many games as Russell Westbrook's team.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but they got some players over there, man.
Man, Russ, you seen the impact. Russ went down for a couple weeks and that team looked garbage again.
15 and
pointing
5.
your finger and shit. Nah, you get Russ back out there, let's go. Yeah. What did he get the other day? He got like 16, 15, and 15.
He averaging 15 and 5 this year.
Who, what's his name, buddy? Yeah, Malik Monk.
It hasn't started not one game.
Damn. That's 15 is
decent.
He's
on 26 minutes a game.
That's not
15 points on 26 minutes a game is fire.
Consistent.
I just seen Russ get 16, 15, and 15 in the game.
Yeah.
This boy's impact is crazy. Off the bench,
off
man.
The bench, yeah.
Like, come on, man. Yeah. What is this?
Talk about icons, man. I think Russell Westbrook is going to be that like an icon. NBA Clutch Award. I got to give it to DeMar DeRozan. Fourth quarter guard. Yeah. He lead the league in fourth quarter points.
You just be somebody else again, man, on some clutch shit.
Yeah.
And it was Orlando, because he did it to him last year too and shit. They were showing those highlights when he bust their ass again. Hometown guy, man, I'm gonna go DeMar again too. Clutch it can only be a couple dudes. You know what I'm saying? You got Fox and shit in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Score a lot of points in the fourth.
Oh shit! You already know it's DeMar.
DeMar,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
unanimous.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Marvelous.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Chicago.
thought you was gonna pick somebody else.
No, hell no. I fuck with the hometown, man. Always. I just want the best for us. Has Kevin Durant had more top end help than any other players in league history? Name 3 players who has had the most help. At number 3 for me, I went with Magic Johnson. He had AC Green, Jamal Wilkes, James Worthy, Norm Nixon, Kareem, Byron Scott, and Michael Cooper. Also Sam Perkins.
Very interesting.
Number 3, who you got, B.I.?
I got motherfucking James Harden. This motherfucker had Kevin Durant before MVP, Russell Westbrook before MVP. Then he had Russell Westbrook again in
Kyrie.
Houston. Motherfucking
Kyrie.
I'm still in Houston.
Chris
Paul. Carmelo Anthony. People thought he wasn't
Dwight
good, but
Howard.
they never ingratiated himself. Dwight motherfucking Howard. Motherfucking Kyrie Irving. Motherfucking Kevin Durant again. Motherfucking now he's playing with motherfucking Paul, motherfucking Kawhi Leonard, motherfucking Russell Westbrook again. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
I like Powell, but he ain't nobody. I'm just saying that's 11 motherfuckers who all stars. At least a couple of them are MVPs.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
Number 3, Hendo.
Joel Embiid. I feel like there's been a nice little cycle since his little career's going. I feel there's been a nice little cycle of stars to go through there. I think they've been mismanaged, but I think they've always had other good talent around that ball other than Embiid. He's their main guy, but they've always had good talent around there. Always great talent. They weren't a bum team. They've been mismanaged.
I can definitely understand the mismanaged part. They had Markelle Fultz, and he's okay now for Orlando. You know what I'm saying?
They've had talent.
Didn't they have Markelle Fultz?
Yeah,
Man,
they
Jimmy
drafted him.
Butler,
They drafted
Danny
him.
Green. We got
They drafted
James
dude.
Harden.
They drafted a dude from Chicago.
They
big
had
light-skinned
talent.
nigga.
So they're
Because they had a whole Okafor. They got no Wells, so that was a dumbass pickup.
It really was.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they kind of
Man.
mismanaged some picks. They mismanaged probably these players in their young prime. Maybe they could have been better. I can definitely say, yeah, they
Shut
probably
up.
mismanaged some shit.
Okay.
On the real.
That was interesting.
Maybe.
Number 2 for me, players that play with a lot of talent for their career. LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevlar, Kevin Love, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, Mo Williams was an all-star.
I love but you don't give Mo Williams no fucking credit when I talk about that when they made it the Spurs, man, that first time.
Yeah, he
You
was-
never mentioned this fucking guy.
He was
That's the guy whose name I couldn't fucking remember. You just said it all fucking cool and shit now and shit. Mo and Mo and Mo. Yeah, man, Mo. Yeah, the little guard, the little light-skinned guard, I
he
always
was
say that was
cool.
killing.
He's a coach now.
Yeah,
He's
he
a
was
college.
an all-star
Yeah.
too.
He
And
was
so
an
was
all-star.
Zagauskas.
Yeah.
And so was Zagauskas.
Yeah, but
what
they-
was that like? LeBron didn't have nobody with he with and shit.
He
It's the reason why he lost. Like,
Yeah,
like
but
there were a
it's-
couple guys.
There were a couple of guys, right? But they weren't. That was not an NBA Finals team. You can have all-star caliber players. Yes, Ilgauskas played well, but he was also always hurt.
That's
And
true.
and then you also have to look at Mo Williams. I believe he made one all-star team. A lot of that was predicated off of LeBron's game. That's not saying Mo Williams is trash, but it was just saying LeBron and
LeBron just drugged these losers.
No.
To this place.
No.
Called the finals. I'm just saying.
No. That would
These
be.
guys can play basketball.
They could absolutely
Mo
play
was playing
better.
in Texas.
No,
We been knew he could play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was
And
playing in college.
I'm not denying that, but I'm a stat guy, right? So when you and also you also got to look at the eye test. When you look at that version of LeBron elevated his teammates because for one, Mo Williams was a shooter. So therefore, when you got a guy that's 6'8" and he's driving to the lane and he can pass like Magic Johnson, that opens up the game for all his shooters. That's why people have always said you surround LeBron with what? With shooters. So guys like Damon Jones, that $40 million contract, a lot of that is to LeBron because now Damon Jones, he's a shooter. So now people don't know that, but now he's playing with LeBron. He's getting all these open looks in the corners. When you look at Mo Williams, who is a shooter, he's now getting open looks to the top of the key to where now instead of possibly where he's giving you 12 a night, he's giving you 17 a night. A lot of that is predicated off LeBron and his abilities. That's not saying, now they still got to knock down the shot. That's not saying they can't play, but that's just saying that the type of player that LeBron is, his game allowed Mo Williams' games to flourish to the max. So that's all I'm saying. And
but you remember Mo.
I remember Mo Williams.
That was your number 2?
That was my number 2 was LeBron James. Who do you have at number 2?
Chris Paul.
That's fair.
Chris Paul's had a handful of talent.
Yeah, nobody in New Orleans.
That was just one exception. But any other team he went after that, he
West
did
was
then.
All-Star.
He did then. That Clippers team, handful of All-Stars. That Phoenix team, handful of All-Stars.
He make every team better too.
He do. He really do. I can't deny that. But he's had a lot of roster talent across his career.
Did you say your number 2?
No, I didn't. It's definitely LeBron James. There's way too many motherfuckers. There's way too many people. We know the list. Everywhere you go, you recruit the fuck out of every fucking body. There's a lot of help. He really should have been my number 1, but
when he went back to Cleveland, he started recruiting Richard Jefferson. How you get all these cats over here?
That's when we go back to Kyrie and Kevlar.
Yeah.
That was the
K-Love.
that was Kevlar.
Yeah.
That was the only one I had an issue with. I had no issue with him going to Miami. I felt like him going to Cleveland, I felt that was kind of I wouldn't say cowardly, but I'm like, you still have a big 3. They were just older. So I felt like he was going to get a younger version. It just happened to be his hometown. But number 1 for me, I think, is absolutely Kevin Durant. I don't know if anybody's played with more top-end help than Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, Russell Westbrook, Booker, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, James Harden, and Bradley Beal. So I think it's Kevin Durant pretty much.
I had LeBron for my number 1.
Oh, you had LeBron?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
You had KD in your
KD
top
was.
3?
I thought KD was the ultimate over 1. I don't think he's the most person who's had the most of it. So I thought he was the ultimate number 1.
Yeah, I really think LeBron is number 1. But yeah,
it's a flip between them.
Yeah, it's a flip. Just because LeBron was the best player on his team when he played with him. KD was the best player in the finals, but the way the Splash Brothers worked, it was times during that season where it wasn't so clear. We knew KD was the man, but them other motherfuckers getting numbers and having hella games while KD was on that team during the regular season.
I think KD is one of the only players we've ever seen in history get traded to multiple superstar teams multiple times. I've never seen a guy go from one team.
Well, you traded us.
Well, the fact that you were on a winning team with the Thunder, and then you kind of traded yourself to the Warriors, another winning team, the team that beat you, and then you kind of traded yourself to the Nets, and then you kind of traded yourself to the Phoenix Suns. And all these teams that were mentioned were star-studded. We talk about Harden and Kyrie were over there waiting for him. They had some studs down low. All they needed to jail somehow. They had Steve Nash. They fumbled that bag. Then you make your way over to Phoenix. They got studs over here already with Mo coming. I don't know another player who's done it like that, though. That's
because when he got there, what's his name? Chris Paul was still there.
That's crazy, though. Every team he owned, there's just multiple guys, though.
Mercenary. No, seriously, that's what they call him, a mercenary.
Right? But, I mean, I'm trying to tell you,
I ain't got no problem when you do shit, you get
start
paid.
questioning these rings. At some point in time, it's like, what rings was official? We don't know what's what if you team up with niggas every time. This ain't open runs. This ain't open runs, man. This ain't, if we go hoop, and then somehow my team lose, and then somebody else picking us up, and then I run with them with the rest of my niggas off my squad. This ain't that. You just pick up niggas. This ain't that. It's okay, but how many rings do you call your own when you won with other niggas, man? It's confusing from the watcher. And people gonna understand what I'm saying in later arguments. Because motherfuckers, I guess, just ain't savvy enough to foresee how this is actually gonna be a problem. This is a slippery slope in conversation. If you talk about barbershop talk, what niggas gonna be saying in 20 years, 10, 15 years, talking about, well, KD got motherfucking 6 rings. There's gonna be a nigga like, 6 rings? He got the first 2 because of Splash Brothers. Yep. He got the other 2 niggas because of Devin Booker. Well, and then this nigga wrote the coattails, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's
right. I feel that.
It's like, dog, that's kind of fucking it up. If you ain't like, if he'd have stood there in like OKC, I ain't saying he should have or nothing. And you know what I'm saying? He a grown ass man, he do what the fuck he want to do. But I'm just saying, if you like stay where you like got drafted or you kind of homegrown, or maybe if you only traded yourself once or something, you know what I'm saying? Then that appeal can still be there. Like, I don't know how many times you got to trade yourself up to start losing that whole whatever, but like, come on, man. You trade yourself to Golden State. Y'all was supposed to win. It's
supposed to be a dynasty. You're supposed to stay there and be a dynasty, but Draymond Green chased him out.
He a mercenary, so that's cool with him. You know what I'm saying? But like, same point in time, it's like, it's kind of hard to start counting these rings like that, to be like honest. Like,
it eventually it started to be clown shit.
Yeah, like, whose ring is it? Yeah. Like, if you saying LeBron James got rings on both of y'all, like, if you sitting in the room with LeBron James sitting in the room with Steph Curry and Kevin Durant, and he talking about, nigga, I got 4 rings, and Steph saying he got 4, and Kevin Durant saying he got 2, and LeBron can be sitting there like, hold on, man, 2 of these, this is funny. This is funny business. I can honor your 4, but 2 of them funny because of this nigga, and your 2 are funny because of this nigga.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It take both of y'all to like really kind of get up to the number that I'm at.
Facts.
Like, I beat both of you niggas in the finals before. He beat Kevin Durant in the finals before too. Like separately, nigga. I beat both of you niggas though.
Then he laughed in their face.
Like, for real, like, you gotta actually team up and beat me type shit. Like, these conversations gonna get crazy.
They will. Talking about laughing, we're gonna move and switch things a little bit, man. Godfrey and Country Wayne, there recently, I'm a big Godfrey fan. I think everybody who know the internet fuck with Country Wayne, I think, for the most part, man. Brother doing his thing. They'll love his sketches or whatever. But they end up squashing their beef or whatever. Godfrey told that nigga he looked like a lost OJ.
That's funny as hell.
And then supposedly Country Wayne told Godfrey, well, he understand, he talk like a fucking slave or some shit like that. But anyway, man, they squashed their beef, man. That was good to see. 2 black men for one, you know what I'm saying, being able to squash their beef is dope. But it got me to thinking, who are the top 10? The questions this week, 10 questions this week is, who are the top 10 greatest stand-up comedians of all time? Y'all out there, let us know, man, what y'all list is. We're going to say, we're going to give our list. Like I say in the comments, let us know who y'all think top 10. Let us know who we got wrong, man, who y'all think shouldn't be in there. At number 10, who you got, Bills?
Man, 10, man, I'm going to go Robert Harris, man.
Ooh. That's deep.
Yeah, I fuck with Buddy, man. That was a real one, man. You know what I'm saying? He actually had a decent amount of a career because he was older when he passed. He was just new to us. Mm-hmm. He had been around before. Mm-hmm. So we ain't get to like fully see him on screen like that and shit. But yeah.
Check out Fat Tuesdays too. It's a great documentary on I believe it's Prime Video. It's like four episodes. It's a great documentary about chocolate Sundays. Chocolate Tuesday, excuse me. Hey, was it Chocolate Tuesdays?
It was Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday. And then they end up, because of Fat Tuesday, they end up doing Chocolate Sundays in LA and then other shit. And it's basically a new black night every night. But yeah, who you got number 10, Hendo?
Kevin Hart.
Okay. Kev was a funny dude.
He make my 10 list. I always told people that some of his early work.
He should.
Some of his early work was a little, to me, borderline for another crowd. We'll say
corny.
For another crowd.
Okay.
For another crowd, because that crowd pulled in, and that's what makes your money. So he pulled it in, but I think now later in his career, I think he's more a professional. I think this guy's really honed in on it, and I think this is the same guy we talk about that can fill up any type of state. I think he filled up a football stadium. I want to say the Eagle Stadium. Like, he can really fill up a stadium. Dog's funny. You know what I'm saying? He's an overall funny guy. I know there's been a lot of little sus things. He's got a lot of things going in life, but there's the fact that he can put other people on. He's successful at doing that. He be looking out for people. I think he's a good stand-up. Now I think he's perfected this game.
Okay. Number 10 for me, this was a real toss-up, man. There was a lot of love comedy, bro, a lot of comedians. But I had to go with a lot of old school dudes, man. Number 10, I went with George Wallace.
You're not wrong with that. Okay.
I went with George Wallace. That was real tough for me because, like I said, I wanted to put somebody else in that spot. T.K. Kirkland came to mind. But number 10, I went with George Wallace. Number 9, Bill, so you got?
I got Bernie Mac. That's another one, just another ass dude who, like, half the time you can confuse.
Not a fact.
You know what I'm saying? You can confuse these motherfuckers' comedy for, like, trying to tell jokes. I feel like these niggas up there just keeping it real, saying a whole bunch of real ass shit that happened to be funny. They knew it was funny, but the motherfucker was just telling you some shit. And the fact that it's like so off brand to most people because they don't think that way, it made it extra funny. But for people who think that way, it made it funny too because somebody was saying that shit out loud.
Facts.
So they're going to Robin Harris and my man Bernie Mac. So
I
they
like
make 10-9 for me.
Number 9, who you
got? Eddie Griffin.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
That's a great
He's another one.
Eddie Griffin will always be like a woman. Like, to me, I don't think he's spoken about enough because he is a limit and stuff. And now he's not as funny. He's semi, but when he was his first couple on, oh man, it was off the chain, man.
Oh,
it was the bits, the everything, man, the impersonations, everything, the energy, everything.
Yeah, very well rounded. He can do impersonations. He was physical with his comedy. He can just tell you a flat out funny joke. Like, yeah. If you want to go check out Eddie Griffin, some of his funniest scenes is Malcolm and Eddie when that nigga was Prince. That shit is hilarious. That motherfucker had told him, I know it's a way we can raise money for the bar. We can invite Prince.
And he dressed up as that motherfucker
when
we was
Prince
in that
canceled. And the nigga was like, that's okay. That nigga dressed up as Prince. He had the light skin makeup on. That nigga started getting into it. That nigga opened up his shirt.
It was black
than a motherfucker. He was like, boo, boo. That nigga was looking, bro. That nigga started getting into it. I want to say he had
some people, like I said, some people comedy just comes so natural. Yeah. He was one just natural. You knew he was gonna be funny.
He's just a real.
I like that. He is a real.
He in that same category that me as them two niggas I just mentioned. You know what I'm saying? He's just a real one up there talking.
Another good comedian I didn't put on was Ali Sadiq. Y'all go check out Ali Sadiq on YouTube. Real phenomenal, bro. Buddies, you talking about a real one? Hilarious. At number 9, I went with Cat Williams. I had to go with Cat and have Cat Williams. Yeah, some of his earlier work, even now. I had to go with Cat Williams at number 9. And then also with all the touring that he's doing, that he does, he never really stops. He makes a lot of, and from what I hear from Cat Williams, a number of good stuff. Look out for everybody. Really good dude. As far as just the comedy, I would have to have him in my top 10. But that's really that's hard though. But yeah, Cat. Who you got, Bills?
Number 8, I gotta go K Hart, man. He just put in too much work. And he actually did have 3 stand-ups that was straight. I'm judging off stand-ups like a lot of them thinking comedians. But when you got certain guys who did so much outside of that, who are comedians who've been on stage and did stand-up, and those were successful stand-ups, but did all this other shit, man, you got to make the list, man. So I'm going K Hart at 8.
I saw Kevin Hart live in Milwaukee. Probably about 4 years ago. It was one of his stand-up specials actually aired it on Netflix. And the Red Cup Boys were actually funnier than him. Especially the last guy that came out. He actually ended up doing the show on BET actually. But yeah, the Red Cup Boys, and from what I hear, Kev makes sure everybody eat. Like every last one of them boys a millionaire.
Yeah, Tiffany Haddish.
He makes sure
Yeah,
all
he
of
be
it.
putting on motherfuckers. That's what I be saying.
He makes sure everybody. He not one of them comics to wear now. So that's big love to Kevin Hart.
Shit.
Who you got number 8, Hendo?
George Carlin.
That's hard. That's
Oh,
hard.
yeah, that's
He was an intelligent comedian. He was a different type.
That's hard.
He was very smart, and it was at that time it was different to get that type of intellect comedy.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I used to love. I should have been watching it. Andrew Dice Clay. I loved Andrew Dice Clay as a kid, and I loved.
His sets was dirty as a
Yeah, I shouldn't have been watching that.
You know
I
what
was
I'm
watching
saying?
on HBO like a motherfucker, and then watching it low as hell in the front room. And then Rodney Dangerfield, I love still to this day.
Yeah,
I get some no
good.
respect.
Yeah,
I love Rodney Dangerfield, bro. And watching this stand up, like to me, if you can still watch shit from the '70s and it still be funny, to me that's the staying power. That lets me know I feel like you're a legend.
On the real, I got a couple
Because some of that,
niggas in my mind. I don't want to say them because they might be on y'all.
some of that shit, you know, you watch like, this ain't all that hot. Number 8 for me, I went with Eddie Murphy.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I understand it's not a whole lot of material out there, but the material Eddie put out there.
But he one of them dudes like K Hart. He only had 2 stand-ups.
His body of work is solid.
But his body of work, all the other shit he did, and he's a pioneer of showing motherfuckers how to go from either stand-up to the big screen, but really sketch comedy on TV to the big screen, where you like drawing up your own sketches and you like basically
people forget about his SNL days. That's really what.
But
they
that's
are.
that's what makes him a superstar, because everybody that come out of there have to write their own scene.
Too hot. It's too hot in the hot tub.
They gotta write their own scenes for the SNL.
Yeah.
So that's what makes them dope, because they have
Honey
movie
Town.
because that translates to movie. If you a hot actor, if you Eddie Murphy, if you Will Ferrell, if you can come up with an idea, plus you that person, they gonna let you be the star in that shit, plus getting the writer credits and shit like that. That's what Eddie Murphy, to me, showed a lot of motherfuckers.
Range.
He showed that to Adam Sandler. He showed that to Chris Rock. All of these guys who came through the SNL, not even just black comedians, but like a lot of motherfuckers had a turn that sketch comedy from TV to the big screen, the silver screen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you gotta get those fair.
Low key, David Spade is hilarious, and Dana Carvey. Dana Carvey's fucking hilarious, dog. Who'd you have at number 7? Oh, excuse me, number 8.
No, I'm a 7.
You're a 7.
Oh, you're 7. Okay.
Robin Williams.
Okay.
Robin Williams stand up was. Yeah, I am, because I said George Carlin at 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that was
number
your,
7 would be Robin Williams for me.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, I did say 8. Okay, so you got what's in
No, that was 8, George Carlin, and then my 7 was Robin Williams.
Robin Williams. Okay.
Yeah, he was actually funny on stage.
Who you got at 7?
Shit, I got Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? That's why I went on that spiel about that. That was my next answer. So for all that shit I said.
That's right, 'cause I went last, so excuse me. Yeah, that's right. At number 7, I went with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
I had to go with Martin. When you look at when I look at stand up, everything he did with Def Jam, being a host as well as his stand up specials, his comedy specials, I gotta put Martin in the top 10. Don't let that last Bad Boy movie fool you. Martin Lawrence is.
They got another one coming out too.
I saw. It looks better though.
They're supposed to have 2 more after that too.
It looks. They gonna be in a fucking wheelchair. But
maybe. Okay.
Yeah, with the gun attached.
Yeah, we don't need to see this.
Funny as hell.
Will gonna get in. It's gonna be a.
Will's still in shape. This is Martin.
Yeah,
Martin not in shape.
Yeah. Now that they make 2 more, nigga, Will gonna get in the wheelchair, but it's gonna be a
that nigga is in
sprinter.
still great shape.
It's gonna be a sprinter. Who you got? Who you got number 6 and those?
Cat Williams, man.
Yep, that's my
I'm still
Really?
looking.
That high?
Man, looking on top for the insurgents, man. The damn insurgents that took the cereal, baby.
I mean, not only were those all classic, but those are all different material. He was not cracking the same jokes in all those classic joints we were watching. Plus, he go on tour so fucking much.
Right.
To me, he's a real comedian. He's a comedian's comedian. You know what I'm saying? He's constantly working out. Yeah. And he's constantly putting a few of his friends on, too. So that mattered to me. You see what the silver screen looked like. but he's a real comedian.
But
The
reason I put him up high like that too is because he'll still come on there like when he went on the show on the Wanda show and roasted the TV or the radio host.
Yeah.
Like he's funny right now. He'll get on your ass. Like dog, he will roast you right now.
Yeah,
he be like, I don't know if you have 6 inches of length on your whole body, man. Except for your belly. Dog for real fucking funny. I had to put him up there, man. I really fuck with Cat though. I'm big Cat fan.
You said Cat at 6 as well?
I sure did.
Okay, so I number 6, man. I had to go to classic, man. Go check out his stand up if you haven't. Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man. Another guy that Bill Cosby doesn't cuss, but another
I feel
guy,
like he get overshadowed because of his scandal.
He does because of the scandal.
Yeah.
But Bill Cosby didn't cuss, and he did cuss. It made it that much more funny. He was real tactical that way.
Yeah.
But another guy who didn't cuss and is fucking hilarious and doesn't get any credit.
Sinbad.
And he's hilarious.
Go look at Sinbad on
Sinbad's fucking
YouTube. I was
hilarious.
just watching. Sinbad is fucking hilarious. In his 70s, I don't know if y'all remember. I'm an old head for real. Me and my mom used to watch it. It was an HBO every summer. Sinbad would do an HBO 70s summer. You remember that? HBO 70s summer special with Sinbad.
I know I seen one.
Go check it out.
He came out from the back with some 70s shit on.
That you want to know what? That might be his comedy special.
Yeah, I think it was a comedy special.
That's right. No, he actually had. It was like 2 or 3 summers to where he would go to it was like Jamaica. And he would do a whole concert, but it was all 70s. And he would host. It would be Earth, Wind, and Fire. The OJs, the Temptations. Yeah.
I'm not sure.
They had a non-violence one in Chicago, and I went to it, and he was the host. He did it. He brought nigga Earth, Wind, and Fire.
He was always having the old motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it was. It was shit like that. That's why I say I know exactly what he talking about.
I love Sinbad.
Yeah, but go check
He didn't make my list, dog, but I love
YouTube,
Sinbad. I'm glad you motherfuckers said that shit.
I
was waiting to say that nigga.
One that didn't make my list, but I still enjoy it was Mark Curry, though. He didn't make my list, but dog is up there. He's one of my favorites, low key, but his body of work is kind of weak. It's not enough of it.
Yeah.
So at number 5, who'd you have there? Your top 5.
All right, number 5. Hold on, let me get to mine. Number 5, I had Red Fox. I went super old school. I still remember listening to Red Fox though. His stand-ups. His stand-ups is the ones where you can still smoke on stage and drink. And them was the best ones to me. I ain't gonna lie. Red Fox is a stone cold killer with them jokes.
Yeah.
I fuck with, but I was always a big Red Fox fan growing up.
High for me.
I was a huge Red Fox fan. That guy, I fucked with him.
He ain't that funny. Who you got?
I love Red Fox. You know what I'm saying? If you could see him cover the rest of his list up, I had him down. Oh shit, I don't know what that is. I had him down here at number 9. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I took him off my list. I took 10 off my list too and shit. But because I love dog, but I ain't gonna say his name. I don't know if y'all gonna say him. But yeah, next nigga in line. Hold on, what number we on?
5.
Oh, he can go back on the list. He back on the list. This is out of order then. This is out of order.
Let it loose. Just let it loose.
Chris Rock gotta be in there somewhere.
At 5?
No. I gotta put him down to 10 and move everybody up 1.
Okay.
He was really at 10.
Okay.
But Chris Rock, you know what I'm saying, is a writer. Like a motherfucker. He's a horrible actor. You know what I'm saying? He can't dance, none of this shit.
I agree.
I mean, he is.
I was a big.
Not horrible.
I was a bigger fan of his early work than his later work. Because his beginning work is what got him into the mix, and then he left all that behind and started doing some other work. But that's what I'm saying. But then he left that genre and immediately went to a different genre and started doing that. He came back and did like that President of State or Head of State movie with Bernie Mac. That was pretty funny. But after that,
my favorite Chris Rock shit.
After that,
you know, my favorite.
What else are we looking at? Look at his body work. I mean, but with the exception of Everybody Hates Chris, which was a very sitcom-ish show for a certain demographic, and we understood that, but it was still a good show.
That writing was brilliant.
It was brilliant.
That translates to the rest of the world that's not black. It was transcendent is the word.
And then like he has some small little body work on the Little Husbands, Hollywood type stuff, which is little ins and outs is funny.
Because it was very accurate how he was really telling Kevin Hart how much more famous he was. Like in
that
real
shit
life.
was funny as hell.
Because he's like famous, but he's like famous. Like,
Yeah.
It was hilarious how they were doing that conversation, but it was.
But he just didn't make my list because, like, to me, it's just his early. Like he got his early work was like If and F with me.
Yeah,
I still like it. It's still a legend. Them goes on my top list. Those stand ups goes on my top list. He don't.
At number 5 for me, I went with I had to go with Paul Mooney. Super underrated.
Yeah, super underrated. He wrote for everybody. He wrote for everybody.
I'm just saying, strictly just stand up.
Yeah.
Paul Mooney is
Stand up.
fucking hilarious. He's one of the few comedians that make me uncomfortable for white people.
Yeah.
But it'd be so fucking funny.
It's so real.
It'd be so
Even
funny
for
and
us sometimes.
so fucking real. And the way he does it is where it's like, it even make them laugh. Like,
I said I'm
you
gonna make
know,
a movie called The Last Nigga on Earth, starring Mel Gibson.
Dog.
And then see what they say about it.
Like Wayne Brady. Like Wayne Brady because he made Barack Obama look like Malcolm X.
Nah, that
Like,
shit was
God
funny
damn,
as hell.
This nigga's just
Negro Damas?
Whatever, yeah, dog.
That was Negro Damas, dog.
Oh,
that shit was funny
That
as
nigga's
shit.
hilarious.
Funny
Yeah,
hilarious.
Paul Mooney, man, was I gotta have a number 5.
See, he a dope writer too. That's why I love him because a lot of people don't know how much shit he wrote.
Who you got?
Like
at
Keaton Ivory Wayans, I know y'all ain't gonna say
Oh,
his
yeah.
name.
Oh,
Keaton
yeah.
Ivory Wayans is one of them dudes.
You can literally,
Him and Robert
you can
Townsend.
literally
Robert
put
Townsend,
yeah.
Wayne's up there because Damon was good too.
Yeah.
Damon would
Damon
literally.
always
Damon
been
always
top
goes
Yeah,
under
he
the radar
come
because
up-
dog
yeah,
had
he
some
can
really
skits
funny
too,
ass
yeah.
stand up.
Yeah,
I
he
can
was
still watch his shit laugh.
stand-ups and skits. He good at that
His
sketch comedy
stand
too.
up where he breaks the mic.
Yeah,
One of the greatest
Dog,
stand-ups
click.
of all time, bro.
and that was in
You
between
ever saw that?
movies.
I don't remember him breaking the mic.
Yeah,
That was- no, he broke that
It
motherfucker.
was on. I vividly it was on HBO. You know, HBO used to do specials. It was on HBO, and
I
at
see
the,
that
at
one.
the end of the special,
He broke that
he
motherfucker.
threw the microphone down and broke it.
Was he
That's
wearing
it,
like
yeah.
a gold or yellow shirt,
I don't remember.
like
He-
t-shirt?
I
and
think
like
so.
some
Yeah,
brown
brown.
pants
Yep.
with the brown hat
With
and
the
shit.
brown
Yeah,
like
that was
Kango
dope. Yeah.
hat.
Yeah.
That was
I didn't know he broke the mic, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he
that's
busted
stand-up
that
was
bitch.
funny as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
busted
that was
that.
definitely HBO. I remember that shit.
Number 4, who you got, Hendo?
Richard Pryor.
Okay.
Richard Pryor. I was I used to. I'm old enough to used to have listened to Richard Pryor records. So those were all stand ups that were recorded. And them motherfuckers was funny as shit, nigga. Even when I was a child, nigga. I couldn't understand the full of the jokes, but I was laughing then and couldn't stop. That shit was funny as hell. And I heard that shit on records. Then I even went to his stand-ups and them shits was cracking too.
Yeah.
When he shot the engine, he's like, so I shot that motherfucker. He said, "Meow, meow." He said, so I shot the tires out too. On some dope fiends.
What the fuck?
He said, it's my car. He said, the police came over. He said, I'm shooting my car. Hey, he said, I heard y'all jokes. This is Richard Pryor running down the street. Look at that match. He said, I heard y'all jokes. Yeah, Richard Pryor, he one of my favorite. He one of my favorites, man.
Wow. At 4. Who you
I
got?
love this power.
Who you got?
I got Martin Lawrence, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the dudes who, for this generation, he pioneered a whole new generation just because Russell Simmons and them figured that comedy should be displayed go from the turkey circuit to mainstream, and figured, and it wasn't even Russell's idea. It got brought to him, but at the same time, thank the Lord for that, because all of these old turkey, you know what I'm saying, circuit motherfuckers got a chance to, we can see their face.
Right.
These guys was traveling in the dark, never having no TV shows or nothing to be on for their whole career. For this to happen is like the WNBA starting or some shit, and we finally get to see Cynthia Cooper.
Right.
Like, this is crazy, you know what I'm saying? For this to happen, and the host happened to be,
which is crazy.
you know what I'm saying? And the host happened to be Martin Lawrence.
I got that.
And he had a hot ass TV show at the time. He was in hot ass movies at the time.
Right, he's just
You know what I'm saying?
burning your flavor.
Like
him and Will
and-
Smith. They
like,
just like
yeah.
two hottest niggas at the same.
On the real, but him and Eddie Murphy did something that wasn't exactly, they were pioneering a way, showing motherfuckers a way, doing something new. You know what I'm saying? At the time, they were like ahead of the curve and like basically giving other motherfuckers like, not like a platform, but like just, they did it their own way, and it was, I don't know, I fuck with Martin Lawrence. I fuck with Martin Lawrence. He did that shit his own way. Yeah, pioneer.
I like that. Number 4 for me, you big dummy, Red Fox, man.
Oh, you just clowned my man.
Red
and
Fox,
now all
man.
of a sudden,
Bro, absolutely.
Well,
I
I think
literally
you
was
passed me
just
something.
watching
Sure.
Sanford and Son last Sunday, me and my girl in bed.
that
Absolutely
shit's so fucking funny.
love Red Fox.
Yeah.
The same as you, that's how I used to listen to him. It was on album. When my dad had him on album, bro, and you can hear him
shit.
smoking a square then.
Okay.
And yeah, no, Red Fox, Mount Rushmore, gotta put Red Fox up there. Gotta put him up there. Number 3, who you got? We're getting the top 3 now. Stand-up comics all time.
Top 3 for me. My 3, I got Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Eddie's body of work is limited, but it's solid gold limited, and it's kind of one of them things that sometimes I watch guys do
Heavy
too many.
replay value.
Yeah, I watch guys do too many, and it's like, yeah, man, one of them 4 was good type stuff. Where
Chappelle.
he's dropped 2 good ones.
Oh wow.
He's dropped 2 good ones, and they were solid.
You say Chappelle?
No.
He obviously
No.
did not say.
Hey,
Yeah, obviously.
No,
did
you
not.
say have a lot of specials, and you be like, them 2 was good.
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
But some guys get a little too over diluted. So
I like that. Actually, I love that. Who you got? Number 3.
At number 3. It's kind of tough between these niggas, man. I'm gonna have to go ahead and go George Carlin.
Ooh.
George
I
Carlin.
like
at
that
3.
though.
You know what I'm saying? He was that nigga to me, man, when I was younger, man. Like, I ain't know if nobody else was watching this nigga, but I was. This nigga was hilarious.
I
Nigga, for real, dog. This shit was like very off-brand type comedy, but to me it was like almost some Seinfeld or Larry David shit like before
Smart shit.
that. And it also reminded me of Arsenio Hall, the things that make you go, Like, he had like little sections of his shit where it was always like some mind-boggling shit, or just made like bent my mind and made me think of some shit in a different way. And I'm just that type of nigga, man. Where, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like to think a whole bunch of different ways. You know what I'm saying?
Anything that's gonna make you think, and his comedy definitely did that.
Yeah. It was different.
It made you think, but also it was funny. But like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, shit. What if there is?
It's funny.
What
in a
if they
different
do
way.
got nukes aimed at us? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like that. And number 3 for me, I went with Robin Harris. I hold Robin Harris in very high regard.
Yeah.
Very high regard.
He was funny as a bitch.
Funny as shit,
Did not
man.
have a lot of body of work, but his body of work
His stand-up was
is
better than that shit on TV, though.
phenomenal. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
His body of work was so good they made a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Robin Harris is fun. Like, I hold
That
him
was
in
his
high
whole
regard.
stand-up kit was Baby Kids before they made Baby Kids.
So who you got number 2?
Number 2, I got Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, his first kind of stand-ups.
Almost a prodigy. He's been doing comedy. I think that seems like 14 since he was
It's just been
14.
forever.
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys where,
Yeah,
but the
so
reason,
was Chris Rock.
right?
Oh yeah.
The
Chris
reason-
Rock was like 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of high school.
Yeah,
Just
he's
like-
been,
just
he was
like
talking,
Richard
my
Pryor.
life. He's been doing it for
Just like Richard Pryor.
long ass time.
I mean, not Richard Pryor. Just like
he was actually
Chappelle.
working in one of the places before he was actually working at the club, working there as a server, and then they were short a person, and they was like, yo, go up there, and he actually did it, and they was like, man, you pretty good, and he bounced in from there, and that's how he was getting his little feed in. He actually been doing it for a long fucking
So
time.
he like quit high school and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
high school,
facts. But the reason I put Dave Chappelle up there is because like he's one of the rare comedians where we watched his comedy grow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can go watch
Yeah.
it. I've watched his comedy develop to an art right now, which is like untouchable right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's literally can come blow up a scene right now. He's hot gold. He's at a point where he just be doing shit. He does things to challenge his mind as a comedian that other comedians sleep on. He has a jar. He'll write a word down. He puts it in that motherfucking jar. Before he wake up, he'll think of a joke. He'll pull something out that day and think of a joke. And he works backwards. He works his jokes backwards. That's a very rare thing. A lot of people don't know how to do that. Working a joke backwards. Like they work beginning to end, but if you can set it up from the back to the front, it's amazing. He's crafted an art, man. His stand-up right now is solid. Maybe not much of his beginning work, but right now, solid gold. Solid.
You got number 2.
I'm going the greatest comedian of all time, man, Richard Pryor, man.
And number 2?
Yeah. We know why. It's goddamn Richard Pryor.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was a hard ass one right there.
He's
And
goddamn
number
Richard
2
Pryor.
for me, I got over Bernie.
Bernie Mac?
Yeah, Bernie Mac, man. Bernie Mac, the second greatest stand-up comedian of all time.
Of all time.
Of all time.
So this is your opinion or just greatest of all time?
This is my opinion.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
this is my opinion. I think you're gonna have a problem following Bernie Mac if you're a comedian.
Yeah.
If you have to follow Bernie Mac on that stage,
that's why he went last.
That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I looked at it when I ranked these. If I was a comedian who I would not want to follow, Dave Chappelle, he does phenomenal work, but I feel like depending on what type of special it is, you're not gonna have as hard a time following, because Dave Chappelle can go up there and not say a joke at all, just fucking talk. We've seen specials like that, where it might be some joke innuendos in there, but he'll just go up there and just
I feel
talk.
like that just happened once, and was that when he was like accepting the Mark Twain Award or something?
No, it was supposed to be a comedy special, and he just talked.
Cause I remember seeing him just talking one time too and shit, but I felt like it wasn't even a special and shit.
No, that's the thing. It was a special.
Okay, I got you.
And that's what people were like, yeah, this shit ain't funny. You just talking. You know
Dog
what
be
I'm
using
talking
his
about.
platform.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Lie.
saying. It's a platform. You know?
Yeah.
So that's why for me. But when I looked at it, I would not want to have to follow Bernie Mac. And a rowdy ass club where he's just gonna have everybody riled up. And, nah, you're not gonna be throwing tomatoes at me. Nah, nigga, you ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, number 2, Bernie. Who you got? Number 1.
Oh shit! Number 1, the Mac Man. To me, dog is
Mac.
he is one of the best stand-up comedians. Just for the simple fact is, before he was telling all them big shows and all them comedy stand-ups, dog was making people laugh on the airway. And I'm gonna let you know, it's gonna be a hard-found thing to make a crowd of angry-ass people going up or coming from work in Chicago and making all them everybody in there crack up laugh. That's something he used to really do, and that's how he used to actually go on there and then sell stuff like that before he making his little money and stuff. Dog is a very, very talented stand-up. He's one of the best in my eyes. One of the best.
I'm not mad
It doesn't
at
get
that.
much better than Bernie to me, man. I'm just mad that his fame came late.
Yeah, like Robin Williams.
Like Robin Williams. Yep.
That's true.
I love them dudes.
Number 1.
Shit, number 1, I gotta go Dave Chappelle for me, man.
Really?
Yeah, he's the greatest comedian, well, in my opinion.
Right.
He you know what I'm saying, most funny dude to me of all time. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of other motherfuckers, but he got everything it takes to me to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? He keep working the circuit. Like, this motherfucker can fuck around and just pop in somewhere one night and just get on stage and for real and just start, like you say, just talking.
Seinfeld still go to comedy.
Yeah,
clubs.
the ones that
The real comedians.
Yeah, but some of
comedians.
these guys on our list aren't those guys.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one check for me. You know what I'm saying? That check one box for me as far as a working comedian. He got that. You know what I'm saying? He got some of the greatest comedy specials ever.
You want to know what I think we should do next week? Since this week we did our 10 favorite comedians. How about next week we do our 10 comedians that people think are funny that we don't find funny? A la Lil Rel.
Some people. This is why this is
hard
tough.
you're trying to find the words.
No, because this is why it's tough for this. Because some people are naturally funny by themselves, stand up, can do all this by themselves. But some people are just co-star funny, right? I.e. like Cedric the Entertainer. Cedric the Entertainer struggles in his own films, but when remember Honeymooners with him and Mike Epps? That shit was kind of funny. When he's with other people, mind you, that's when shit funny. Some people are just co-star funny. Some people just not headliner funny. That's all that I'm saying. I feel like Lil Rel's the same thing, because I watched Lil Rel on some shows and some coasts, and he be funny when he got another star next to him, but when he by himself, that shit be like, this ain't it. Turn this shit off.
Hannibal Buress.
No. You know who not funny to me? What's dog name? The bald ass head and googly ass eyes. He do the oh my
JB.
JB Smooth.
Smooth.
That nigga is the I turned his special off. I've never in my life really turned nobody's special off. Given time, I turned that shit off. I was like, nigga, I can't do another 45 minutes of this shit.
You won't know who said
but
it
our
best.
husband of Hollywood, he hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, we won't know who
Yeah.
said it best about
Hilarious
him
on that shit.
was T.K. Kirkland. T.K. Kirkland said, JB is one of the funniest people for 15 minutes.
Why you
Dead
sound like
ass.
the kid, though? He was saying why you
Dead
sound like
ass.
the kid, though.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said
That's
for
how he said it.
15 minutes.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? He said
Yeah,
after
nigga.
that, you know.
Like you say on Husbands, dog, he
Yeah.
hilarious though.
Because
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
That's what I keep
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Co-star
You know what I'm
funny.
saying?
You can only get your little, and there's a lot of guys, little rail. He
Yeah.
only funny for, he can get his little funny moments. Like, man, oh shit, that's funny. Woo, woo. All right, now get your ass up out of here.
There's a whole bunch of niggas that ain't
Who'd you
funny.
have at number one? I saw a list next.
He had Dave
I'll check
Chappelle
it
at
out.
one.
Oh yeah,
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle, yeah.
Oh, I had to go Pryor, man. Richard
Pryor,
Pryor is
yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
my favorite stand-up. I think he's the
He's
funniest.
the greatest.
I
ever.
remember listening to him as a kid at 45 in my room, and it's skits. If y'all don't know what 45 is, if you look on the record, it's still labeled 1, 2, 3, but it was each skit, and the last skit on that album was called "The Wino Meets Dracula." I will never forget that shit. And the nigga said, "Nigga, you bit me. I hope you get sickle cell." Ha ha ha.
Shit like that. Like that shit.
Yeah, bro, you had to, bro. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, bro. I'm like
Any of the
10 years
Wino
old
skits.
listening to
Any
shit,
of his
dog.
wino skits were hilarious.
Dog.
Any of them, because he had several. That was his little thing. He
But
knew how to
yeah.
play that wino.
The
That
Wino
thing
meet,
was bad, right?
bro, the
Facts.
Wino meet Dracula, bro. That shit is fucking hilarious. But yeah, number one for me, I had to go with Richard Pryor. Rest in peace. I feel like the greatest stand-up comic of all time. No slight to Chris Rock. There was a lot of guys who I left out. I'm big fans
Yeah.
of. T.K. Kirkland, Chris Rock, Dave Chappelle, Ali Sadiq is
I
phenomenal.
love
Godfrey
motherfuckers.
does
Deion
his
Cole.
thing. Deion Cole.
Yeah.
Corey Holcomb stand
Another
up,
guy, Corey Holcomb.
Yeah, Corey Holcomb.
Ari Spears. I like Ari Spears as well. Another guy who
What's
I
my man out of
did
Chicago with
like.
green eyes?
Oh, D-Ray.
D-Ray, yeah.
D-Ray
D-Ray
is
hilarious.
One of your
D-Ray is
cousins and
hilarious.
shit.
Looking at
Stupid
us.
It's
another nigga on
a lot.
Netflix now, man. He got a
Another
special.
guy that I really liked as a kid, and I don't know if he was funny or I just liked his antics. Remember Gallagher?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was busting like
Yeah, busting
Water.
Yeah, he was an
Yeah.
antic guy.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like, Carrot Top, antic
Yeah.
guy, gadget
Carrot
guy.
Top,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was a lot of gadget guys back then. That shit died out.
That shit died out. Bobcat Goldthwait. I don't know.
Yeah.
Bobcat was hilarious too. Always up there screaming and shit. He
Hey,
was funny.
You know who kind of gets forget that they used to tell jokes low key? Whoopi Goldberg.
Hilarious.
Yeah, Whoopi was
When
actually.
there used to be a
Hilarious.
trio.
Yeah.
It was her, Robin Williams, and
They wasn't.
That was-
they weren't a trio, but that was for comic relief.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
the
Billy Crystal.
telethon.
Yeah, Telethon. Yeah,
Yeah.
Billy Crystal. Yeah.
That shit was
She was
hilarious.
stand-up
Robin
comedian before that.
Williams.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
she was
they
funny.
forget that what she used to be, and I
Yeah.
feel like because everybody's so used to seeing her how she is now on the View and
Robin Williams.
Color
She
Purple and all that shit, they forget that she
fucking
used to do
hilarious.
stand
Yeah,
up.
she was definitely a stand-up comedian.
Seinfeld was never. I'll leave that. Seinfeld was never funny to me though, bro. I still.
Different
He
type
wasn't.
to a certain
I don't think
degree.
he ever was.
He was never funny.
His
to me.
stand-up?
His stand up wasn't his, but his show had the it's
I
like
like the show, but that's Larry David.
I didn't like his show at all. I always thought Seinfeld was trash.
I watched the reruns and still, it was just something to watch. I understand it, but it wasn't like standout funny to
That
me,
shit was
like
not
not
funny
like
to
that.
Yeah.
Kramer was
If
funny.
you know who Larry David is, it's hilarious, really. He got his own show,
Curb
Curb
Your
Your
Enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm was funny.
But that's just him. That's all those characters are him, though.
Right.
He's a straight guy. If he's Jerry, he's really the little chubby dude.
Yeah, I forget. I know you're talking about guy. Yeah.
That's really more like he's like the yelling guy. With, you know, saying all this chaos is going on his show. All he's creating
Yeah,
chaos.
I watched that, yeah.
Like that dude would. You know what I'm saying? And there's all this chaos around him. On Seinfeld show, you gotta have a straight guy. So Seinfeld was a straight guy. Kramer is the goofy guy.
Right.
Always causes problems, and you got the girl.
Yeah, I never liked Seinfeld. I always never thought he was funny.
I like Cheers
better. Cheers was my shit.
Yeah, I used to love Cheers.
Cheers was my shit. Woody Allen, Shorty was bad.
It was way better. It was just a show I got into a little bit more.
Christy Alley was bad too. But the other girl after her was bad too. But yeah, that's a different story. But man, it's time of the episode. Yeah, tell these people, man.
Oh, you gotta trade yourself, man. You gotta trade yourself.
That's how we end every episode, man. It's time to trade yourself. It's basically, we normally try to pick sports figures. It's basically just a nice way of saying, you know what I'm saying? Somebody done did some goofy shit, like pretty much, you know, fuck you. It could be your mom, your dad, your partner, you know, even your kids. You know, they done did something goofy. You don't cuss them out. Just look at them dead in the face and say, you, sir, ma'am, you need to trade yourself. So, B.I. this week, who need to trade themselves this week?
I ain't really had one, so I came up with one on the whim, and I just thought about it. Everybody that don't watch the NBA or the NFL into the playoffs, and I just don't want to hear your opinion. Like, you know, because it gets to a certain point in time where you gotta like let motherfuckers who actually say something go ahead and say something. You can't be interrupting niggas while with your hyperbole. Niggas be over here talking about storylines from last year. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker be like, yeah, man, because James Harden be shooting too much. The Rockets need to do under the Rockets. Stick on the goddamn Rockets, stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Just let it go, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Just know your life.
Yeah.
Just know how much sports you can actually talk. Just know how much sports you can actually talk.
Oh, dog.
To the same level where you start to sound kind of foolish to niggas who actually know what's going on and shit. Just, you know, sit back and watch the game, man. Enjoy.
Facts. Who need to trade themselves this week?
The commentators that go extra hard on all these prospect quarterbacks that are entering the draft and coming in. They be going so hard on some of these guys. They be, and it's crazy because like these guys are just like, there's not even a borderline insulting. They're just straight insulting these guys. Like, I watched this guy play. He couldn't throw his way out of paper bag. They talking about Drake Mays can't step over his left foot right, and man. First of all, some of these guys are gonna be young prospects, and if put in the right situation, these motherfuckers might ball out. Don't sit here and talk about these. They be straight dogging some of these guys. If you're gonna say something, talk about factual things like he just didn't do good on the shuttle run, or he's not really a fast quarterback and stuff like that. They're just dogging these guys so bad, and some of these guys end up turning out to be great gems. And so I just feel like, man, trade yourself, man. Stop dogging them to that point where it's like you just shitting on them to get clout and name pull, because now you're talking about like these guys aren't gonna be nothing, like just nothing at all. And I hate that so bad, man. It's just it's so frustrating because these are guys that are just like, these guys are on the come up. They obviously did their thing on a collegiate level. Give them a chance, bro. Before you shit on them like this.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of bullshit. They be like, oh, this motherfucker trash. He'll never work out in a...
That shit.
I just hate that, man. Because they say that about a lot of quarterbacks, but all these motherfuckers end up being decent. You know what
killed me most about that is that they're talking about kids.
Right.
That's
what my problem is.
Disturbed me a little bit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I always say. I don't watch college sports and shit. They motherfuckers look at me funny, and I get it. But like, at the same point in time, it's like I can't criticize a kid the way I can criticize an adult that's a professional that's getting paid to do this.
Right.
Nigga, box that nigga out. I can say box that nigga out to this grown ass
right.
nigga. I can't
when I
really
see you in your game doing it fucking up, then I can come to you. But we're judging these kids before they're even shown how to do what they need to do on a professional level, and you're sitting here trying to judge them like, but like you somebody to judge them, like you somebody to judge them. You not out here throwing the pigskin. You not out here doing this.
I guarantee you is if you throw half the niggas that you shitting on the right team, they gonna look all right.
Right.
Put the motherfuckers on the San Francisco 49ers. Half them quarterbacks you talking about can't step over this for the
These guys are telling these guys to hold out on deals and what they should do. You don't know what should be in the benefit of this person because you don't know this person's real situation. Yeah. You're speaking from a third-party visualization, and now you're sitting here criticizing this man game. That's not fair, and you shouldn't do that. If you're going to talk about somebody, talk about things that they can work on. His throwing accuracy isn't up to par of what we need. His shuttle run ain't good. He's came in the 11th fastest quarterback, running back, whatever it is. We need to work on his foot speed. His footwork wasn't par. That's what we talk about because those are things you can work. You don't tell somebody they trash. You don't tell them they can't throw over this. You can't tell them they vision weak.
It's certain dudes that, you know what I'm saying, treat those situations verbally with the grace it needs to be, you know what I'm saying, given. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, there are some motherfuckers that get buck wild. But that's why I like.
And I'm talking about the ones that be getting buck wild.
Yeah. That's why I respect.
Because that's just some bullshit.
Yeah, because you can't be doing that.
It is. For one, I would totally agree. Like
Right.
that's some bullshit. For one, those guys that you call guys, those are kids. And like I think I'll be the first to say is Bo Nick's gonna be trash, Michael Penix's gonna be fucking trash. That other nigga Jaden Daniels, that motherfucker gonna get knocked out the league because he only 197 pounds. And the best motherfucking quarterback it is gonna be USC, Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears, because that's how we do it over here. Fuck the rest of them quarterbacks. Only quarterback I care about is Caleb Williams and US motherfucking C and the Chicago goddamn Bears. But I digress. Moving right along. The nigga who need to trade himself is Greg McElroy for talking about Caleb Williams, saying he hasn't had any adversity, not knowing what this man has went through. And Greg motherfucking McElroy, who is you?
I don't know who he is for real.
Oh, he's an Alabama quarterback.
Oh, a kid?
No, he used to be Alabama's quarterback.
Oh, okay.
He fizzled out in the NFL, and now I believe he's an ESPN analyst. Which you do understand, I appreciate that, but I don't understand what he was saying. And I was happy to see Caleb Williams clap back. He ended up rattling off all the things he wanted, happened to him and the adversity he met. And I feel like the only way you can say he didn't have any adversity if you didn't watch any of his games. If you watch any of Caleb Williams' games, especially last year, with that horrific, awful offensive line that he had, like a lot of people say you hold the ball for too long, but it's kind of hard to throw the ball when you got linemen down your face. You don't have the best wide receivers. We saw what he did. He won a Heisman when he had Jordan Addison, number one on the other side.
The Vikings.
You're with the Vikings right now, who's a true number two, if not one of the best number twos in the league. So he was a true number one in college. Caleb won the fucking Heisman. So I think to say that this kid has had any adversity, he cried and fought through that shit. People talking about because he got a pink phone, because he got painted fingernails. But what you don't want to talk about is the dots he throwing in the end zone. You don't want to talk about the 95 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, 11 interception ratio over the 3 years at a Heisman. You don't want to talk about how the last season, how it was pretty much a shootout, and he had on the other side of the ball, USC had the worst defensive football in the entire FBS. Everything was on his shoulders, and his best receiver was Brendan Rice, who happens to be Jerry Rice's son, who's projected a late second or third round pick. So I'm not trying to hear that shit from Greg McElroy, who pretty much all he had to do was hand the ball off at Alabama to win his national championship. And he also had Nick Saban. So
Right.
I digress. But man, it's a good episode, man. 95, we're creeping up on 100. That's gonna be epic. But oh yeah, you got that queued up.
Oh shit.
But of course, man, we gotta give a shout out King KO Car Wash. If you're in the La Crosse area, man, the sun is out. It was 75 today. It's beautiful. Still nice out, man. Go check out Cuzzo on La Crosse Street, King KO Car Wash. Great detailing inside, outside, all that good stuff. As well, man, summertime, man, get them kicks. Go over to Jackson Plaza, a breath of fresh. Check out our brother Focus, man. He got all the retro kicks in there. If you need some kicks clean, he does shoe restoration. Also clothing, man. You and your girl get fresh, man. It's getting nice out. Go check out one of these, rooftops, restaurants or something. Go have some drinks. Man, summertime. It's almost summertime, baby. So go check out a breath of fresh and get fresh. As well, like I did that, breath of fresh to get fresh. Now, you didn't like that, I know, whatever. I'm working on new material, I'm Chappelle. Anyway, The Closet, JV, Fifth and King, I finally got it right, only took 95 episodes. Go check them out. Go check out JV, Fifth and King, man, all the retro kicks that you want. You don't got to go to eBay, man, shopping lacrosse, black owned, Hawaiian Dome, Cowabunga, all that good stuff. And also, download the app, man. bump that radio. I bumped in the actual Dietrich Manuel this morning at KT, and he actually supposed to be coming on the show next week, man. Should be a lot of fun. We're going to be talking about our NFL mock draft and want to give us input on the Vikings. It sounds like they really want J.J. McCartney, could possibly be moving up in the draft. So going to pick his brain on that. Also talk some music and all that good stuff. So, man, yeah, man, episode 95. Like, subscribe, don't be dusty. Appreciate all the love. Also, should have some more news about the basketball game we're going to be doing around Juneteenth as well. We're going to be in the park Juneteenth selling tickets for the basketball game, but some more stuff. And
shit, by then, man, playoffs be starting too.
Oh yeah. We're definitely going to be talking about playoffs next week, man. So that's going to be a lot of fun. WNBA draft, I believe, will be wrapping up. We'll talk about Caitlin Clark. I just recently saw, man, it would be dope. Angel Reese, if she go to the Minnesota Lynx, I'm only about 2.5 hours away. That'd be kind of dope, man. Yeah. If we can actually go to a Lynx game, check out Angel Reese. So, hey, that's why they project they're going 6 overall. They got Caitlin Clark going number 1 overall to the Indiana Fever. So, hey, we'll see, man. But Old Heads episode 95. I'm your co-host Omar, aka O'Milly, aka that dude, aka Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. I will let these brothers do their outros. Check us out same time next week, episode 96. More fire, more content. Like, subscribe. Also, YouTube, C Hendo, Ceehendo, C Hendo, as well as Old Head Sports Entertainment Podcast. I'm going to let these brothers do their outro. Episode 95.
Boy, Bills from the basement.
Yes, sir.
And Hendo, man, a.k.a. French Loaf, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack himself, man.
Mr. Honey Pew.
I don't know, I should be taking 2 seconds like that.
Listen, man,
Yeah, Mr. Info, you know what we here for, the Old Heads Podcast. Yo, we cover from dog shades to the team at the Barclays, the Old Heads Podcast. Yo, from Will scoring 100 to job being wanted, the Old Heads Podcast. Yo, let's go.
Finally got a haircut, mama.